Further, may I request Professor Takahashi Ryo from Japan? Well, it was difficult networking and so, but he has just joined us despite all problems. We welcome him, we invite him. May I just give a brief note about Professor and Commissioner, American University of Sovereign Nation, Professor Takahashi Ryo. He has been the director, the Nippon Care with Education. He has been the advisor, Multidisciplinary Center for Neural Studies, SS University. He has worked in the area of philosophy and ethics, genetology, special needs education, and social welfare. He has been the member of KOCA, Homophobia Abuse Prevention Committee. He has also been the vice chairman, Philippine Association Extension Program Implementation. He has been the commissioner, American University of Sovereign Nation, AUSN. Moreover, he has also been the member of Social Contribution Foundation. In addition to the Professor Ryo is an honorary member of E-Club of Global City, Manila, so environment friendly and environment along with academics, and honorary member for the E-Club also. He has been the fellow of International Association for the Scientific Study of Intellectual and Development Disability. He has authored 10 books of international repute. Professor Ryo is a voracious writer and contributed many articles of national and international repute and fame. He is a member of different academic bodies. May I again request Dr. Ryo Takahashi to please present his presentation or deliver his viewpoint. Please, sir, we are just welcoming you.
Thank you for great introduction. It's very difficult to connect with you, but finally through my iPhone, I can talk to you. So it is difficult to show you the PowerPoint, but prior to this meeting, I sent the PowerPoint. So if it's possible, please show to us so that I won't be able to difficulty with your help. But because of the time limited, I would like to proceed without PowerPoint. But middle of the time, later possible, using PowerPoint, please setting up the PowerPoint. My topic is that man, a study on the philosophical education on Zanshin in Bushido, mind and consciousness text of future. It is just published under my name, and Amazon or any other place you may be able to find out my book. The main thing is who is man? The thinking about bioethics. Anybody who has a disability, I always ask the students, raise your hand. And nobody raised a hand. The people, students, think that they are normal. But I raise a hand because I have a difficulty and disability. When I went to Russia, I had difficulty to communicate with many people because they don't speak English. They spoke Russian. So I try to make a gesture to give that my feeling what I need to do. But somebody rent a telephone and call to Petersburg University to contact the professor. But I have a difficulty to get into the bus as well because they have a different rule how to ride the bus. But nearly to the campus at the St. Petersburg University, many students could speak English. So I could finally reach out to the Department of Sociology to make a presentation. So that is the way thinking of man is not thinking about you don't have a disability is a problem. Anybody has any kind of a disability. So this is the main topic about man. And why we are talking about about Japanese culture. The Zen, you may know the Zen originally came from India, which called yoga. But these things moved to China, and they called another languages. But inside is the same yoga. Then from Japan to Japan, we called Zen itself, but contents is the same as yoga. So actually, studying of philosophy of Zen, which is meditation, we are forgetting about the principle, how we may be able to get the idea from meditation. Because we are in hurry to get the information this time, because we can use Google or some internet program to get the answer soon. But actually, very sacred teaching are not put into the Google at all. You can find my paper by just typing philosophy and gerontology, 2 words only. So you can find top of the Google my paper. So you can find out what I want to say about philosophy of gerontology, which is study of aging. So what is mean aging? What do you think about? I'm almost 62 years old this coming September 1st. Now still, couple of days, I'm 61 years old. But people may think that I'm aging, older people. But I don't think I'm still young, very young baby. Because knowing of many things, I will be discover myself. I don't know many things. Even there are many professionals who are in mathematics, science, sociology, psychology, philosophy, and so on, how related to the major. For example, I used to teach social welfare. So social welfare is part of the sociology, but nowadays, social welfare is necessary to study of artificial intelligence, AI. Do you think about social welfare necessary AI before? But this becoming the common sense. You have to know that the people's feeling may be able to develop by AI. So how we may be able to collaborate with? That means we have to expanding of idea, but you don't know yet. So that is an ethical issue that your major is put into the one department though. We have to develop our idea, how you feel, what do you need in your ethics. So I don't know, you can see my PowerPoint here. I don't see, but I can continue my talk. In this book, was talking about human being, man. You may recognize the Book of Man by Rabindranath Tagore. Everybody should know about him. He is born in Santaniketan, India. When I was in Andhra University, I discovered Tagore was visiting Andhra University when Radhakrishna was president of university. So I asked the professors, do you know about Tagore who was visiting to Andhra University? Nobody give me answer. Dear professor, I'm a foreigner. So I asked again many people. Then I discovered one 94 years old editor of a local newspaper. He knew Tagore was visiting, and he took a photo and making a paper of him. So he introduced me one student who was with Tagore and his associate in 1940, and the second time 1943. That student was effective for Boy Scout in India. Actually, he opened up Boy Scout in India. He was a wonderful student. One day, when Tagore was visiting Andhra University, he stayed in guest house. He was observing that student because he was always staying by hostel. And Tagore asked to the student, when do you leave to your home? He said, I don't leave to home at all. I am always stay here, hostel, to serve you. And Tagore said, how wonderful. I cannot believe you are always here. I will listen to your request, whatever you want to. And she said, may I ask you to take a photo with the present and the others with you? That is easy. So there is a photograph which is not existed in Santa Nikitan, which is Tagore University. Now it's a national university. Did not have that photo. But I saw that student who passed away a week ago at the age 93 years old. He always talking about Tagore, how wonderful experience he had, and had a photograph of him. Then I visited 3 times. Third times, I asked permission to get a photo of him with Tagore to use front of my book cover. So afterward, I visited Santa Nikitan to make a manuscript of his lectures, 3 days. You can find only title is a man. But 3 days, he gave different idea of man. One day, first day, oh good, I saw PowerPoint. So this is the book. You can just Googling, you can say, you can find out what I have written inside. Just a brief introduction is inside. So, and those you can move. There is a chapters, what is inside. So please go ahead, whatever you feel will be teamwork. Then second day, I will give a lecture, which is also about man. But first day was man who are like animal, just talking about food or talking about prose. But second day, man who was seeking good, serving volunteer, doing study. And Saturday, he was talking about man who is God-like, not human-like, God-like being. How we can be God-like. we have to learn of God regarding religions. We can find out many things if we seek it. And we have to act as it's like a God will, to service, to love people. So that is the way, not immediately, day by day, we may be able to find out His will by serving to our fellow men. So these 3 days was contained in the one book, Man, by Tagore. So I was so surprised when I found out that book was from Andhra University. I asked many people, as I told you, even professor didn't give me answer. Foreign people, myself, found out, and business Santaniketan, and found out his manuscript as well. So I included his handwriting as well. Tagore used to be heading to the university in London, but he couldn't fish out because he was considered people with disability. He cannot study at public school. So he was taught by sisters at home, not school. But at observing his writing, handwriting, I saw the wonderful mistaken word, but it became beautiful pictures. Word became pictures because Tagore idea. He was not only writers, he was a painters, he was speakers. So what do you think about disability? If you think this person has a disability, that means you have a disability to judge the people. We should not judge the people. We should accept people so that we should not discriminate any people at all. We are fair. Even age may be different. We can learn from child. That is bioethics. What I learned from second degree, which I got PhD in the bioethics. I got the PhD in Japan first in education, specialized aging with disability, quality life. And I get into that the bioethics first, that's a second degree of PhD in the United States. But common idea is there is no disability at all. So how we can study is that then, how do you feel instead of how do you think people with intellectually different? So in this topic, we are gathered together for studying of bioethics or ethics in research. We should not do any discriminative research at all. We should be collaborative research so that we may not have any differential, but we may be able to collaborate even that the result of research may be peace and harmony of your paper and people who are associated with your activities. So I gave 15 to 20 minutes. I think that the time is out, but you can answer or ask a question afterward, or even my paper, my name, you can read the Ryo Takahashi research map. You can read all my paper. I wrote Japanese, of course, many English as well. In the Santa brother, sister, Santa Misra invited me yesterday. So I have no chance to preparation, but I can do it because I learned from India. India has a great principle to make a simultaneous creativity. That ability is the most important, rather than memorization. So I'll conclude this session, how important to make own decision and not judgment of the people may be able to develop better society through our activity. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. It was nice listening to you. The philosophy and the ethics correlation and how it facilitates research ethics at the national and international level. It was nice listening to you. Sir, the way you cited examples from India, Japan, and other nations to come to a point, especially how mind and consciousness coordination can be the vision for future. It was certainly very informative and educative, and I believe it will go in the long run. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for being with us, for sharing with us, and hope to have some more lectures in future. Thank you, sir.